Hello, children. Today I'm going to read bedtime stories for you. Let's get started. Lunit the Little Star. Every night when it's time for bed, Mara lies under her blanket without sleeping. She waits until the moon is high enough in the sky to see it surrounded by stars. As soon as the moon is high, Mara looks out of the window and gazes in wonder at the dozens of stars shining in the sky. By now, she has learned to tell them apart. Each one is bigger and brighter than the other. Her gaze, however, always falls onto a small star very close to the moon. She has named it Lunet. Lunet is a special star. It is so small that on its own it cannot shine like the others. So the moon gives it some of its brightness, and together they illuminate the nights on earth. Lunet is not the biggest star, but thanks to the moonlight, it is surely the brightest. Mara believes that the star shines only for her, that it is a true friend, and every night she tells it her secrets. Only in this way can she fall asleep happily and peacefully, dreaming about her friend and little star Lunet. And thanks to the magic of dreams, she often manages to fly away and dance in the sky with her friend Lunet, while the large moon brightens everything up and the other stars look on. Susanna the Rag Doll. In Jane's bedroom, there are many dolls, each one lovelier than the other, and they all have beautiful names. Rebecca is a proclaimed doll with a pretty flowered dress and lovely patent leather shoes. Missy is a young lady with an elegant golden dress and beautiful curls that frames her face. During the day, Jane plays with them, washes them, combs them, dresses them with elegant clothes, and tells them lots of stories. While she is at school, she asks Bruno, her teddy bear, to look after them and protect them from danger, like a brave knight. When she goes to the supermarket with her mother, Jane always takes one of the doll with her, so she has company and can show them the world outside her little room. At the night, however, when she is ready to sleep, she always takes to bed with her only Susanna, her rag doll, who is not as stylish as the others and does not have any strangely beautiful clothes. But when she holds her tight, it feels as soft and gentle as a caressing hand. Susanna is her best friend. Jane tells her about her secrets and her dates. She never takes Susanna out of her bedroom because she is afraid of ruining her or even worse, of losing her. Susanna is too valuable when Jane sleeps. The rag doll protects her, and when she has nightmare, only by hugging her tightly does she feel safe. Jane loves all her dolls and takes good care of each one, but Susanna is really special. She is her favorite. Filippo's blanket. Filippo is a very lucky boy because he has a magic blanket. He's had it since the day he was born, and it has always been with him to protect him from the cold and from nightmares full of monsters. When he holds it tight, Filippo immediately feels happier. What a powerful blanket it is! Every night before he falls asleep, Filippo grabs a corner of his blanket and pulls it up to his chin. So, with its red and yellow squares, it becomes a powerful protecting shield. There is no way he could sleep without it. The little blanket, however, offers more than just protection. It is his companion on a thousand different adventures. Indeed, every night it changes shape and takes people to wonderful worlds. Always new and different, sometimes it's become a large ship, and with it he can sail across the sea all over the world, pretending to be a fierce pirate. On other occasions, his little blanket becomes a flying carpet, and he flutters across the starry sky on it, in search of fantastic adventures and great treasures. One night, however, Filippo wakes up with a fright. He has lost his precious blanket. Someone has taken it away from him, and who knows where it might be now. Filippo is really worried. Who will protect him if not his little blanket? Who will accompany him on his great voyages? If not his little blanket, he starts to see scores of frightening monsters ready to attack him. Now, that he no longer has his magic shield. Without it, he is lost. In the darkness of his bedroom, he plucks up his courage, sits up, switches on his bedside lamp, then vigorously rubs his eyes. And he is enormously revealed to see that his little blanket is still there with him and has simply slid off the bed. So he picks it up and hugs it ever so tightly. It was nothing but a bad dream, and Filippo can now happily go back to sleep, dreaming of amazing adventures accompanied by his magic blanket. Chiku and his teddy bear. Chiku has a lot of toys in his bedroom, colored building blocks, balls, spinning tops, and even a goldfish. His favorite toy, however, is Lilo, his teddy bear. During the day, Lilo sits on the bed, looking around. The teddy bear actually waits for him impatiently at night, when Chiku holds him tight all night, nice and warm under the blanket. He strokes him and cuddles him until the morning comes, and Lilo is very happy. Chico is very fond of his teddy bear, who is ever so soft and wonderful honey color. So it is a bit sad for him having to leave him alone all day long. When he gets home in the evening, uh, he tells him all about his day's adventures, what he has played, learned in school, and the new friend he has made. Chiku quickly put on his blue pajamas with blue and red teddy bear on it, and in a few minutes he is under the blanket, ready for a chat. Hi, Ilu, he whispered softly. It is time for bed. Now I can tell you what games I played today. He snuggles under the blanket, places Lilu next to him, hugs him tightly, gently touches his cheeks, and begins. Today I built a house with colored blocks, and a wide yawn interrupts his story. It is very, very big, full of windows, and with a large garden. It is the ideal house for you. Another wide yawn announces a long sleep, made peaceful by the warm embrace with his teddy bear. Good night, Chiku. Good night, Lilo. 1, 2, 3, little sheep. Sometimes Tomaso could not go to sleep. He turned around and round in his bed, thinking about homework and school. What a pity. He thought to himself, always studying and doing homework, when what I would like to do is play all the time. One night, he shouted from his bedroom, Mummy, I can't sleep. His mother smiled and answered, Count lots of sheep and soon you will be asleep. But do I have to count again like in school? Thought Tommaso. All right, it may be worth a try, but how many sheep will be there? Will there be? He started imagining a large, green meadow full of flowers with lots of sheep chewing on the grass, and he started to count. 1, 2, 3, 20, 30. After a short while, his little eyes started to feel tired, but there were sheep everywhere, and he couldn't stop counting them. So he started thinking about the games he would play with his friend the next day, but he kept seeing little sheep everywhere. They were on the football pitch, shooting planties, racing along the bicycle trails, at the playground, on the slide. They were all over the place. Wow, I will never be able to count them all, thought the boy. Then his mother walked to his bed, leaned forward to kiss him gently on the cheek, and realized that he was still muttering some numbers. Just then Tommaso forgot about the sheep and fell asleep happily. The next story is Joe the kitten. Lice has his white kitten called Joe. They spend a lot of time together. Lice brushes her, cuddles her, plays with her, and Joe keeps purring away happily. At night, when it is time for bed, Lice snuggles under the warm blanket and Joe curls up at her feet. Joe, however, is a very independent kitten even though she likes being with her young owner. Sometimes she goes out to explore the world on her own. Whenever Joy ventures outside on her explorations, Liz gets very worried because she's afraid that she might not find her way home. She always put a collar on her with a little bell attached to it so she can hear her when comes back. Her mother tries to reassure her, but Liz cannot help being worried because on one occasion, Jo had gone out and she could not find her. Together with her mother, she started searching the neighborhood, calling her kitten as loudly as she could. Jo, Jo! But she was nowhere to be found. They'd been searching for a long time. It was dark and Liz was very frightened she would not be able to sleep without her kitten. She was quite desperate when she heard in the distance the soft ringing of a little bell. Joe was back. Alice could finally go to sleep peacefully with her white kitten. The Tooth Fairy. One day, little Luca lost the tooth. Luca was a bit worried because he did not know what to do with it. His mother said to him, Tonight, before you go to bed, put the little tooth under your pillow so the Tooth Fairy can come and get it. and she will leave a present for you in its place. Luca did as she mother told him, and at night he put the tooth under the pillow. He was curious to see the fairy and tried as hard as he could to stay awake, but soon he got tired and fell asleep. During the night, the fairy visited his bedroom very quietly, took the tooth from underneath his pillow, and left a beautiful present in its place. Tonight, Luca dreamt of flying free as a bird across a huge starry sky full of fluffy clouds. The next morning, when she woke up, Luca's small tooth was gone, but he found two shiny coins instead. The next is the four little stars. Once upon a time, there were four little stars wandering across the sky in search of someone to admire them. One of them, the brightest, arrived in front of a big castle, and the king's daughter called out, "Little star, stay with me, because I'm afraid of the dark. With you brightening up the night, I will be able to sleep peacefully." And so the stars stopped. The three stars kept traveling until one of them, as bright as fire, saw a child crying. "What's wrong, little one?" asked the star. "I am so cold that I can't sleep," answered the child. So the star stopped with him, and with her warm, strong light made him feel warmer. The other two their journey in search of a place for them in the world until they notice a beautiful girl at a window singing. "Why are you upset, young girl?" asked the star, which shone blue. "I miss my love who is far away." "Little star, you are as bright as his eyes. Stay with me. Your light will remind me of him and make me feel less lonely." The little star stayed there. The last star, the smallest, continued its journey and reached the sea. A mermaid saw her and called out, "Little star, where are you going?" "I'm looking for a place all to myself. Stay with me in my hair so we'll become friends," answered the mermaid. The little star accepted happily, and from that on, neither she nor the mermaid ever felt lonely again. The Monster Astro. The Monster Astro lived in a magic world behind the wardrobes and felt very lonely. His job was to frighten children during the night, but he was not good at it all. Actually, he never scared anybody indeed. He often didn't even wake the children up. It's just that he was a monster and everyone accepted him to be scary. Astro, however, was not scary at all. On the contrary, he had a soft turquoise fur with funny pink spots, two big honey colored eyes, and long ears hanging like a puppy. This is why the other monster teases him. In short, he looked cuddly rather than scary. One night, like all other nights, he went into a child's bedroom and found him not asleep but crying. That was his chance to frighten him, but he felt sorry for him and asked, "Why are you crying, child?" The little boy, whose name was Mateo, looked at him slightly surprised, and after a moment, uncertainly said, "I'm crying because I feel lonely. I have just moved here and I have no friends. That is why I am sad and cannot sleep." The monster Astro understood Mateo's feeling. He too felt lonely all the time in the world of wardrobes and was terribly bored. So he had no idea, Matteo, how about the two of us becoming friends? I'm a monster and I'm supposed to scare you, but I can't. And I always feel so lonely too. Matteo thought about it for a moment and he liked the idea very much. So from that evening on, Astro started sneaking into Matteo's bedroom every night to play with him for a while. Matteo no longer had any difficulty falling asleep because he had finally found a friend to play with. The end.